terms of artistic side, we kind of we take the risk this kind of performance.
This is actually our first, as in Aspirasi's first time doing
roving site specific interactive, many multi-disciplinary in a way that hopefully it's not that fully complements each other.
It's a lot of first for us also, and especially for me. Like, it's my first time proposing the idea, conceptualizing, even though at the end of it, it's not a top-down approach, it's more of everybody coming in to make the whole project come barefoot lah. Then at the same time, we have a site-specific project. Usually we are either doing it in theatre or black boxes, and then we also have, for the first time, a project where the audience are invited to be within the performance space rather than being separated in the fourth wall. And of course, we are also inviting them to move around in the space itself. Yeah. Interesting things for you?
Interesting things for me is also a challenge. In terms of the choreographer, how do I teach our youngsters, our junior dancers that conversation is part of performing? You know, we understand that, especially for music production, all their members all come, macam, but we still have that separation of I'm performing and
you are an audience.
Yes. And how to make them understand, and how to make them really instill that interesting part of the show now. They have to talk to audience, they have to show signs, symbols, gesture, and they have to dance, they have to take note of the space and everything. Basically, we bully them. It's about time. I think it's about time we explore this kind of performance.
I think it's not so much of stepping out of the box, it's more of making that box bigger. I think it's about expanding and pushing the limits of what we can do and how the audience can be part of the project. My main direction towards this, or my main hopes for everybody, both the audience and us as performers and everybody else who's part of this project, is that it is not an result-oriented project. It's more of the process, and I think from what I see so far, I personally have seen a lot of difference in terms of how I perceive a work to be, and the performance I think I've seen so far, or I have seen them developing from just being dancers to being people who show their beliefs in whatever they do themselves outside of the kedai kopi. Because one thing is, our performance is on 2 floors. We are having it on first floor, we are even having it at the stairs, we are having it at the top floor. So our rehearsal space does not provide us the luxury to emulate the exact same situation. So that is in itself a challenge to how to plan out the choreography process so that everything links together. So part of the puzzles, then become one picture. Then another challenge for me would be trying to imagine how varying audiences will respond, because the show in itself, it is partially or quite a bit heavily dependent, just dependent on the audience, because how the audience respond would affect how much they would take back, and also how much we would engage them. So trying to visualize, this group of audience, how might they react? This group of audience, how might they react? I mean, we can only plan so much, and if whatever we plan for, something else happens, I think that is the beauty of it, because I think at the end of the day, when you do something and it happens at that point of time, that sincerity is buat aja.
I second that lah, especially during the rehearsal, when we practice the navigating of audience, right? We don't have this space yet, so back in our studio, we imagine only got one space. We imagine there is level 1 and there's also level 2.
and there's also the stairs.
So we meet with the mock audience, test audience, go out of the studio, come back, socialize, and it's very hard.
I think there was a show that I watched and it wasn't in a black box setting. It was at their dance studio itself. And then when I watched it, the way they created it gave a very strong sense of. I felt very relatable. I feel that the show was very relatable because I felt that I wasn't just an audience. I felt I was invited into the space. That was one trigger, and then from there it linked to other triggers like the word common ground itself. That when we come to a space and we talk about things, as much as you might have very differing views, but there will always be that one point where you can accept another person's views. So that was one of the triggers for me. And talking about being a creative, I think sometimes we think too hard. We're like, I think we should. So there was once where I went for a masterclass in Jakarta. So this Indonesian lecturer, when we were asking him about how to do things, and then the only thing he said was, "Ya, buat aja." So just do it. And I think that is the beauty and essence of art, or performing arts. You just do it, and you became scratch.
Yeah, for me, usually the hot topic we hang out in Kedai Kopi. Usually we hang out with our artists, new friends that. Fortunately, we still debate about this. Again, contemporary and how to make traditional dance, how to contemporize traditional dance. What's the measurement. We still debate about it. But at the same time, traditional contemporary we still towards one goal.
Yeah.
Sebungkus that we try to make the Malay dance scene. Try to move forward. And again, you do what you do, we do what we do, we do what we live in, and at the end of the day, we move towards as orang Melayu Singapura. Yeah, what's right for me is wrong for you, vice versa. And again, ada orang suka baju modern kan, saya tak suka. Saya suka baju kurung tok, tapi saya buat contemporary. Up to you lah. So with that is the starting point that kind of feeling that we get, that conversation that we get. So we try to spark this feeling of that conversation we had, related to what other topics that we can